Good day, students, and welcome to HRM 310, that's Human Resources Management, a fully online class. So this is going to be an introduction and an orientation to e-classroom. For those of you who have done an online course before, you will know that many lecturers kind of do it a bit differently. So this is going to explain exactly how I will be doing it this semester. So, my name is Sarah Owai. Hopefully I know some of you. If I don't, well, I'll soon get to know you. All right, so let's jump straight in. Now, again, if some of you have actually done an online course with me already, you'll be pleased to know that it is the exact same format that I always use. For those of you who may not, this first part is a little induction or orientation into a little bit about online and how I'm going to structure it. So the first point there is that a lot of students think that online classes require less work than face-to-face classes. That's not true. And how we've designed it, we really need you to be committed every week to the online class, as every week you'll be required to participate in some way. So there's no doubt that online classes are usually more convenient and they're certainly more flexible for students, especially those who are working full or even part-time. However, you've got to be committed to logging in each week and completing everything that is required of you on a weekly basis. Once you get behind, it's hard to catch back up. So I really hope that you don't get behind in any way. But of course, the flexibility that the course brings, or how the course is set up, is that you can go online anytime during a week to complete the work for that week. So there's not a set time where you will hear a lecture or a set time where you'll watch a video. That's totally up to you. So how will this e-classroom work in particular? Every Tuesday by 4 o'clock, I'm going to open a new class. And what you will find in this new class, which will probably be a new topic or continuing a new topic, you'll see a PowerPoint presentation with audio. And you'll also see some links to either an article and predominantly YouTube videos that will help to reiterate the points that I've made in the PowerPoint presentation, or perhaps even give you a completely different view or different perspective. But that's what will happen each week by 4 o'clock, and it's a Tuesday, right? In some weeks, you'll have a discussion forum opened up, which means that you actually have to research or answer the questions on the topic and post your comments in the discussion forum. There is a mini rubric provided for this. It's not expected to be any lengthy discussion, but just to ensure that you understand what we've talked about that week and can apply it to a real life situation. In other weeks, you'll have a mini multiple choice quiz between 3 to 4 questions and about 3 to 4 minutes each quiz. And they tend to alternate. So one week you'll have a discussion forum, the next week you'll have a quiz, then back to a discussion forum the week after, etc. This last line here in bold is a big one. You have until the following Tuesday at 12 noon to complete either the discussion forum or the quiz. Now, I used to do this Monday nights, but I realized see that morning when people just need that extra time to make sure and finish. So, you must finish the discussion forum and the quiz by 12 o'clock on the following Tuesday. So I'm pretty sure I have some schedules here. Right. So here's an example of how you can schedule your time for this course. Let's say again, I've opened the class at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday. Perhaps on Tuesday evening and Wednesday, you can look at the PowerPoint, you can review all the learning tools, you can even start looking at the discussion forum if there was one that week. Then maybe between Thursday and Friday, you can do some research on the discussion forum. And then sometime over the weekend, you again review the materials, respond appropriately on the forum, or complete the quiz, because by then you've reviewed the materials a couple of times. Once again, that discussion forum or that quiz is going to close at 12 noon the following Tuesday. So this person's schedule is quite flexible. That they've not put set points in time that they're going to do things, but they know by Sunday they're done. They're done do their forum, they're done with their multiple choice. They have a couple of days to relax before class opens again on the next Tuesday. This student is a bit more rigid. Personally, I think being a little stricter works, especially in this strange climate these days. Kind of putting set times to things works. So again, the classroom will open at Tuesday at 4. That very night, they're going to go on from 8 to 10 and review everything, all the lecture notes, all the learning tools. They're going to look at the discussion forum if there is one that week. And then on Thursday evenings from 6 to 8, they're going to do the same thing. We do some more research on the discussion forum question. And then Saturday evenings from 4 to 6, one final review, either respond to the discussion forum or complete the quiz. So this person's done. By Saturday evening, they're done. They don't need to actually even check back in till Tuesday at 4 when the classes reopen. Now you'll notice this is just not a one shot. It's not just going once a week and you're done. It does require you to go at least twice, and we actually think 3 is better. So this is one that's very, very, very structured again. Tuesdays at 4, the classroom opens. They're not even bothering to look until Wednesday. So Wednesday at 4, they're spending a good 4 hours doing everything. They're going to watch the videos. They're going to look at the PowerPoint. They're going to review all the questions or prepare for the quiz. And then on Thursday nights, they're going to do a final review and actually complete the discussion forum and the quiz. And then they're done. By Thursday night at 9, they're done. They don't actually need to check back till the Wednesday after. Yeah. So again, I'm not even going to, work out what works for you. These were just some examples, but I do think that the better you schedule yourself, the more you have a very rigid or structured schedule, and the more that you stick to it is a way of really ensuring that you do well on this course. Yeah, because you just don't get behind that way. So how are you going to be assessed for this course? I'll come back to these two things in blue, the discussion forums and the multiple choice quizzes. But what I will say now is that you have 6 discussion forums. Each are going to be worth 2 points each, and 4 multiple choice quizzes, which are again going to be worth 2 points each. So there's 20 points to be gained from this course just by doing these weekly discussion forums and weekly quizzes. So here's the situation. If you don't do these, you immediately have lost 20%, and you're going to be deemed as having very little attendance, because this is how we mark attendance. Then you're going to have 2 individual assessments. Each will be worth 15 points. One is going to be a vacancy ad analysis, and one is going to be a job description analysis. So together those will equate to 30. There will be a group project, no presentation, just a group project. That will be 20. And then a final assessment, and that is to be confirmed. This course does typically have a final exam, but I'm keeping it a little open right now, as no one knows what's going to happen over the next few months. So all of this information is definitely going to be found in week 1 under your course outline with document, as well as under a document entitled Assessments and Rubrics. Okay, but here's a snapshot of how it's going to work. So for example, week 1, just a welcome and introduction orientation. But from next week, we're starting looking at the environment of HRM, and you're going to have a mini quiz. So let's get that clear. Next week, we're going to be opening on the Tuesday at 4. You have until the following Tuesday at 12 to complete the quiz. We continue with that topic in week 3, but in week 3, you'll have a discussion forum. Then we're getting into strategic HR, then HR planning, and again, you see I'm more or less alternating quizzes with discussion forums, and you'll see how much each are worth. Once again, all of this is provided in a 1-page snapshot on the start of your assessments document, as well as at the end of your course outline. So this is going to be available right through. Some of the other topics we'll be looking at is job analysis, recruitment, and notice a recruitment is when so this is week 8, this is when your first This is when your first assignment with 15 points will be due, so you don't actually have a mini quiz or discussion forum that week. But by the end of week 8, and again, all the dates will be provided to you as we work through the semester, your first individual assignment is due. Then just 2 weeks later, your second one is due. I'm really trying to spread it out this term so that it doesn't all come at the end. So week 8 and week 10 would be your 2 individual assignments, but in between there, you will have a discussion forum. And then coming down to the end, discussion forum, didn't quite make it, they didn't switch here, 2 discussion forums in a row, then a quiz. Your group project will also be due in week 13. So that week, even though you have a mini quiz, you will also have your group project due. And then your final assessment, whatever it is going to be somewhere around week 14, which is like the middle of December. Again, all of this is in the documents found in week 1. Again, just a snapshot. Again, I want to reiterate the importance of maxing out on these little 2 points each week. Is that giving you right away a 20 points, which of course makes a difference between maybe a B and an A. Okay, so again, to reiterate, everything is found in week one for your ease of reference. It's always going to be there. So every time you enter into eClassroom and you go into this course, you'll see everything you need in week one. You'll also see in week one that I provided contact details, 2 emails, I believe. Any queries or questions that you have, you can get me on those emails or via eClassroom. Again, I want to, and by eClassroom, I mean that there's like a little messaging vibe in eClassroom, so you can kind of message me, text me, etc. If you are going to message me on eClassroom, just be sure to state what class you're in, because I have like 5 different classes this semester. So when you say, hi, Sherry, I'm not quite sure which Sherry it is. Again, I want to reiterate the importance of staying up to date. You will lose points if you post things in the discussion forum late, and you don't have another choice to attempt a quiz. Now, I'm not a hater. Life gets in the way. If you know that you can't complete something by a deadline, please let me know as early as possible. Don't let me know an hour before the deadline, because I ain't going to help you out too much there. But if you can tell me a couple of days before that maybe internet issues or whatever it is, just let me know. I'm quite lenient in that regard. Okay, keeping going. Right, group work. So you know that you do have a group project with 20%. In around week 4, I'm going to place people in a group. You are, of course, responsible for liaising or communicating with your group. I will guide you each week when we kind of tackle a topic to see how it relates to your group project. If there are any concerns in your group, I expect that you will try and address them amongst yourselves. And again, then come to me if things aren't working the way you'd like them to be. Please don't come in week 13. You have from week 4. So, the earlier we tackle things, the better. But we'll talk more about that in week 4. So what's the next steps? Read through your course outline closely and make sure you really get what this course is about. And of course, read through the assessments carefully. A lot of you will be doing quite a number of online classes this semester, and you need to know upfront how your assessments are running. Okay? Start thinking about your current work schedule or other demands on your time, and really try and come up with a weekly schedule, how you're going to tackle this whole online situation, right? Again, we recommend that you go on at least 3 times a week to review all the materials, to re-review them, to post your responses or research in the discussion forums, or to complete the quizzes within the deadline. So always remember, we open at 4 on a Tuesday and you have until the next Tuesday at 12. So I am going to do some office hours online. Every week for these 2 hours, I'm going to be available on Zoom. So you don't need to make an appointment. You just need to, in the first week, you will see some Zoom links, in particular a Zoom meeting code and a password. You can just enter those anytime between 2 and 3 on a Tuesday or 5 and 6. So any queries you have, if you want to clarify something that I talked about that week, or an assessment, or just say to see what I look like in person, whatever it is, you can use those links every Tuesday between 2 and 3 or between 5 and 6. If for some reason these have to change, I will let you all know, but this is what I'm really hoping to stick to for the whole semester. Of course, if these times aren't convenient to you, just email me using the email addresses provided, and I can easily set up an appointment for us via Zoom, or maybe we can just deal with it on email, whatever. We can easily work that out, but I will always be there at these times on a Tuesday. So once again, the next steps are to look at the course outline and the assessment. There's a little video in week 1 of how to update your profile. So again, that will only apply to people who may be new to the online environment. Just update your profile with an appropriate photo. I don't tend to use the news forum too much, but now and again I might. So this is just kind of like a place you could easily go and get kind of announcements. But one thing I would like to say is that there are checkboxes. If you maximize your screen, which is much easier to work from, they're little checkboxes. So it's really a good idea to use them. So once you're finished reading something in that area, tick that checkbox off so you can really follow through as to exactly where you are in the e-classroom. And that's it. So thank you very much. I look forward to having a great semester. Again, week 1 is your reference library. Everything you need for the course is in week 1. From next week, we will certainly be getting into the wonderful world of HRM. So take care for now, everybody. Bye.